Kids, good evening. It's my vlog for Labor Day 2012. How are you? Hope you enjoyed your long 3-day weekend. Myself, I enjoy every day as a weekend. I've been retired essentially since the end of October 2012. And life has been a huge adjustment since then, since I'm quite young to be retired. And it wasn't necessarily my idea. But I still enjoy holidays, and I still enjoy the idea of Labor Day, and I realize how much it means to so many people, whether they do or not. And as you've seen from my posts, maybe today on Facebook, you realize how much I really do think of Labor Day as a very serious issue, and how I think everyone else should too. On a lighter note, I've been babysitting some squirrels this weekend, 2 of them. This is the second time I babysat them. I babysat them a couple weekends ago, and they were still totally on bottle food and just growing in their hair. So they were quite helpless, and they were a little shaky, so I wasn't able to put them on my shoulders and let them run around like I did in my recent Facebook page. Now they're quite healthy. They're running around. They're eating both bottle-fed milk, and they're eating, solid food. And I'm exercising them. I have a very large piece of driftwood that's about 6 feet tall. It's got lots of twists and turns, and they're learning how to climb and everything else out in my lanai. So it's quite fun to have them around, and since my lanai is safe, it's all encaged, they can run amok. And my dogs have been very good, miraculously, about their presence, except for the fact that they're a little jealous because they're not getting as much attention as they normally do. So that was about it. I had a wonderful Labor Day. I can't tell you how much it means to me to have conversations with people, friends, both past and present, that I know and love. It's very refreshing for me to just have a conversation. And today I was lucky enough to have an online conversation with someone from high school years. And I was lucky enough to have a very long, nice conversation from somebody from my childhood who I love dearly. And that was priceless for me. I don't know how your Labor Day went. Mine was just wonderful. I woke up really early because my beagle was crying. I fed him. I let him out because he's a big baby, and he's got an atomic clock somewhere up his ass. So he knows exactly what time he's supposed to be fed and exactly what time he's supposed to be let out. Then I got to go back to bed, and the other 2 dogs decided to wake me about 10:30 and decided they were hungry. And breakfast was past due, and so I got up and fed them. And since then, it's just been a delightful day. I've been online chatting, and I've been on the phone chatting, swam in the pool 3 times, played with the squirrels, fed the squirrels, went out in the backyard, just did normal lovely things, and it was so pleasant and quiet today. I mean, I can whip up drama in my own house in about 3 seconds flat if I want to, but I chose not to today. I just chose to have a really, really relaxing day. And nature out here where I live, it puts on its own show. I mean, I have 2 hummingbirds in my neighborhood, and they often work together and separately to take care of the flowers in my yard, and they also work the hummingbird feeder. Sometimes they get along, sometimes they have little squabbles, but all the time, and especially when I'm outside, when they come by, they always talk to me. They have this little squeaky thing that they do when they come by, and they know I'm not going to harm them. They have no fear of me, and it's really, really delightful. I also have a squirrel, a wild squirrel, not one of the baby squirrels that have been, human raised, but one of the wild squirrels out in my collection of wild squirrels and birds. I have one bird that's really, really tiny, and he's not afraid of me. And he just comes, as soon as I put down the food, he's right there. He knows I'm never going to touch him, and he knows that I'm there to feed him, and he's very appreciative. And one time he even landed on my finger, and for a wild bird, that's really rare. And I have one squirrel, and I can always tell this particular squirrel from the other squirrels because there's more red in its tail than any other squirrel in the neighborhood. And this particular squirrel also knows I mean no harm, and just sits there, and he will actually jump on my bathroom window and scratch at the screen if I haven't fed on time. In other words, if I haven't put the seeds out on time, his gangsta ass gets up in my bathroom when he knows I'm there, and he's like, yo, what's up? So it's really rather cute. And then he'll sit there on the tree trunk, because I have a whole feeding station for squirrels that's built on a ledge with a roof on a fence. So it's kind of a weatherproof feeding station for squirrels. And then there's a big water bowl, like a bird bath, that the birds and the squirrels both use for drinking and bathing, which gets changed every day because we're in Florida and there's mosquitoes. So it's a pretty nifty little situation. The last thing I wanted to tell you for Labor Day was this. I got out of my cage and I got to go to Walmart yesterday. Imagine that, on a Sunday. While all the Paulists were in Temple, I got to go to Walmart and shop. Now, as we all know, I normally see 2 lesbian ghosts in Walmart, and they do all kinds of things. Yesterday, I got to meet a new ghost for the very first time, and it was a male. And he was about 5'7"-ish. He was white. He was wearing this kind of weird shirt and these red shorts and flip-flops. And he had this enormous, like, pregnancy belly. And he just looked like the ultimate white trash redneck. Just really kind of gross. And he kept popping up in front of me everywhere I went. And I knew, based on his size and the length of his legs and the way I was walking, there was no way he could keep cutting me off at the pass. So I began, at first I thought he was real because he was very solid. And then I thought, wow, this must be a ghost. So we were in the potato chip section. I don't know how to describe the potato chip section in my Walmart, but there's like a wall, and there's a wall and a wall and a wall. And he was like right at the corner of this wall. And he was tilting this bag towards him, and he was looking at the like ingredients or something, or the flavor. And I got brave enough, and I just shoved my fist through him, and he wasn't solid. And there was this old lady behind me, and she was looking as I went like this through the air, and she watched the bag tilt, and then it went straight back up. And she just, I mean, I could see like the hairpins coming out of her hairdo, and her hair just standing up. She was absolutely freaked out. It was the most delicious moment I've spent shopping probably in months. So now we have 3 ghosts in the Inverness Walmart in Florida. So if you want to go ghost hunting, Inverness Walmart, Florida, they're all over the place. I love this store. So that's about it. It's been pretty quiet. The weather's been very hot and sunny and dry the last few days. We're supposed to get a little more moisture coming back, and maybe some rain, which is nice. And who knows, maybe a hurricane, a tropical storm, whatever. It's that time of year. It's the height of the season. From the middle of August to the end of September, that's the time that these systems roar around in the tropics. So that's all for today. Happy Labor Day. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank a liberal, thank a union member for all that you have. Even if you're not a union member or a liberal, you owe your life and your lifestyle to those people that fought very hard for you. Enjoy. Have a great week.